All right, fifth graders, this is our next chunk of Explorers, Triumphs, and Troubles. We are now on the Antarctica section. We have read about Asia, the Americas, and now it is Antarctica. I'm immediately thinking that there might be some extra challenges in Antarctica that are different than some of the challenges in the other countries. I'm immediately thinking there are not as many people living in Antarctica, so that might not be an issue, but there's some other issues that I can think about that you can probably think about as well that explorers might have in Antarctica. So before we start to read, I want you to think about, what do you already know about Antarctica? And what additional challenges might explorers have when attempting expeditions in Antarctica? Some vocabulary words we're going to encounter is exhausting, very tiring, and sub-zero temperatures, which is just any temperature below zero. So it'd be a little bit below zero or a lot below zero. And also something the text is going to be talking about is dog sledding, and that form of transportation that probably not a lot of us have experienced before. So let's get started. All right. Antarctica. The race to the pole. In 1911, no explorer had ever reached the South Pole. That year, the British explorer Robert Scott announced his plan to go there at the same time as Norway's Ronald Amundsen. It quickly became a race. It's a connection in my mind to the race. This kind of sounds like the race to the moon. Preparing for the pole. Scott prepared carefully for the journey. His team would use ponies and motorized sleds to carry supplies to dumps along the route, and the explorers would travel between these, collecting supplies as they went. After the last supply dump, they would man-haul, which meant dragging their food and equipment along the sleds. So you can see here, there are some things. You can see there are issues with, there's a bunch of whales, and here they're having to ski, and here's their whole route, and there are the ponies. All right. Disastrous end. That's another good vocabulary word, disastrous, to end very badly. Scott's expedition was a disaster. Their motorized sleds broke down, the ponies could not cope with the cold and the ice, and the man-hauling supplies was exhausting. Scott and 4 others reached the pole 5 weeks after their Norwegian rivals, but they were too weak to get home safely, and all 5 of the explorers died. Journey fact file. Date 1911-1912. Men in the original party 12. Route distance 1,076 miles. It was very far. Time spent on the ice 5 whole months. Danger, snowstorms, high winds, ice, sub-zero temperatures. Are those about the same as the dangers that you thought of, or did you have some more? I'm going to read the triumphs and the troubles, and those I want you to think about the positives and the negatives, and was this particular expedition, do you think it was worth it? Triumph. Scott and his men made a heroic effort in terrible conditions. Even though their equipment did not work, they still managed to reach the pole. In fact, some of them almost made it back. Or trouble. Scott made a mistake. People already knew how to travel safely through icy waters using dog sleds, skis, and thick furs, which had been keeping explorers safe in the Arctic for many years. Amundsen used these and succeeded, and Scott failed because he did not. All right, great job. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day.